Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the June 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Cancer. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the month of June. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and healing note for you. But again, let's start Cancer in column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So pulling a summary affirmation card for you, we have the card I will forgive. So I think there's been some forgiveness in the last few weeks. This could have been somebody else that you forgave, or potentially this could have been some forgiveness for yourself. But forgiveness is important. It's really part of the healing process, letting go of that baggage that may be holding us back. So I always like when we see the forgive card, and in this case it's kind of past tense, like the forgiveness has already happened. Again, it's something that you did in the last few weeks. But let's take a look and see what other cards we have here. So first up we have the World card. The World card is the last card in the major arcana. It's completing a goal, completing a lesson. Something is wrapping up and coming to a close. In this case, I feel like you closed the gap here. This is the forgiveness that's completing that cycle of what needed to happen. So really like the World card in this context. This can also be a card of travel, so potentially some travel for you. But again, I feel like this is more completing the cycle, closing that loop with the forgiveness. The next card that we have is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card of low feelings. This is hurt, loss, grief, separation. These are the feelings here, Cancer. With the Three of Swords, this is about pulling the sword from your own heart, doing that healing. Again, in this case, I feel like it was the forgiveness. So you were able to do that healing by pulling the sword from your own heart. So like to see that as well, also very fitting. And then at the bottom here we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a card of patience. This can also be like coming through as waiting. So I feel like you might not have been able to do this forgiveness, do this healing before this point. Again, something happened in these last few weeks where the time was then the correct time to do it. But let's take a look, Cancer, and see what other messages we have here. First up, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is typically a not very good relationship. This is bully, theft, violence, abusive, some sort of toxic relationship. Again, this is the end of this. This is closing the cycle. This is closing the loop, closing that circle around the world. But likely forgiveness was somehow connected into this relationship or this event, highlighted by the Five of Swords. The next card we have is the Lovers card. This was somebody that was likely close to you, loved one, family, friend. So that's this coming through as the Lovers card. The Lovers card is, of course, a card of partnership, deep love, strength together. It is also a decision card, though. So anytime we have 2 of something on a card, it could be making a decision. So in this case, I feel like we, again, made the decision to pull the sword from our own heart, to go through the healing and forgiveness process. At the bottom here, we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a card of being in a low place. You see the sky is dark, the person's laying down, they have all these swords stuck in them. I feel like you realize that this was holding you back. This was holding you in a lower place. Again, it takes time to get to the point where we're ready to forgive, where we're ready to heal. But it's like you were just at that point here. So, love the forgiveness from the last few weeks here. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to just general what's coming for June. We have the card I Will Heal. I see a theme here for you, Cancer. So the forgiveness, now following it with some additional healing. Love to see it though. something we need to do more often, right? Okay, let's see though what messages we have coming through here. First up, we have the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal. I'm not surprised to see this. Again, we're renewing our energies, we're renewing our feelings, renewing our heart. Again, by this forgiveness and this healing, it is going to give you a really nice sense of renewal. It's also inner clarity. So the inner clarity of needing to forgive, needing to heal. I like all things associated with this card. The Star card can also be like a waiting card. So again, it was like the time was right. The next card we have is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. So now that we've done this forgiveness, now that we've done these healings, part of the healing I think will be to check and adjust your boundaries. So before, so it'll be trying to prevent what happened before. So new boundaries for you. And again, that's part of that healing process as we move forward. At the bottom here, we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card. This is like something that's bothering you that's coming through. So we're going to clarify that a little bit further. I'm not sure that this is connected to these other two cards. Again, there's something else that is causing some worry that has you a little bit bothered. Let's see though what other information I can give you. Up first, we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, too many burdens. Again, I feel like you hit the point where we needed to let this go. It was something you had carried too long, and when we carry something too long, we get really, really tired. We get really, really exhausted. So I like to see this. This is, again, renewal. We get to come out of this funk. We get to get rid of some of these burdens, some of this baggage with that we have with the Ten of Wands. The next card that we have is the Hermit. The Hermit is a card of going within for clarity. This light inside the lantern is the light inside of you, Cancer. So again, now we know, we've learned, we know what boundaries we need to have. Again, we're trying to prevent that similar type of hurt, that similar type of healing that needs to happen. So these boundaries are to prevent whatever we have just healed from again. So the Hermit's kind of like soul searching, what feels good in your heart, what doesn't feel good in your heart, and then setting those boundaries accordingly. At the bottom here, we have the Five of Wands. It does seem like there's like a rivalry, challenge, obstacle, or conflict that's coming up, and that's what we're worried about. Again, I don't know that it's connected to this. I don't know that's even the same person, but it does seem like there is something that's some issue that's coming up that's causing some angst as well. We'll see if we can get any more information on that there too as we go forward, Cancer. But now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So we're going to start with a quick money card to start with. Also an affirmation card this time. It says, I created blank this month. So you created blank amount of money this month, and you can repeat that affirmation to yourself. But let's see what cards we have here. So in the money column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you have, businesses you run, investments you have, anything that you associate with money. First up, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I like to see the Queen of Pentacles here. The Queen of Pentacles is super resourceful. It's about using your resources in the correct place. Time, money, energy, any of those type of resources. So love to see that. Again, I feel like you're spending money wisely, saving money wisely. You're doing good with your resources right now. I feel like you also have a good work-life balance as well. Not sure, that's not necessarily the meaning of that card, but it's something I'm hearing. So I like to see that pretty well balanced. And like I said, we're being resourceful with our resources. That includes not overworking. The next card that we have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of commerce, so we have that money card in our money column. This is also a card of expansion, so there could be some growing. Your responsibilities could be growing at work. You could be taking on a team, maybe. Growth and money seem to be growing, growth and not growth and money and like opportunities or responsibilities seem to be growing, not growing. But again, some sort of expansion there for you, both on money as well as responsibilities though. And at the bottom here, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant's very traditional, very conventional. There's a card of expectations. The message I'm getting is like, make sure you have clear expectations, or make sure you set clear expectations with the Hierophant here at the bottom. But let's clarify these out and see what other messages we have. The first card that we have is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. It's nice because not a lot of people can enjoy the work that we do, but it seems like you're pretty content where we are right now, which is nice. This is also like working hard and reaping the benefits of it. So I think maybe some of you have been trying to pay down debt or save more money. So it's like, again, you're using those resources well. It seems to be paying off there for you. The next card that we have is the Star card. The Star card is like being recognized. That's what this big star is at the top here. Again, I do feel like you're taking on new responsibilities, maybe taking on a new team. It's like you're the star, so you're getting more work and more money here, which I like. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the Three of Wands can also be a travel card, so there could be some work travel there too. At the bottom here, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is kind of like gossipy. In this case, it's coming through as misinformation. So again, you should confirm what the expectations are for you, or if you are setting expectations, make sure that you're very clear, because it does seem like there's some misinformation and like people are going to try and gossip to figure it out, and it's still not going to be right. So be very clear on expectations, or you clarify expectations that have been set for you. Okay, Cancer, let's take a look at our next column now, which is anything related to love. We have the card, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love, Cancer. First up, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a card. This is very active. I feel like this is like go, 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 go. I'm not sure if like your kids maybe are picking up a new sport, or maybe you and your partner are picking up a new hobby. I feel like there's some sort of new activity happening here with the Page of Wands though. The next card that we have is the Temperance card. The Temperance card is a card of balance and harmony. I like this because it's like you're adding something to your plate which would make you think that you're busier, but it's actually really adding a lot of balance and harmony. So generally speaking, we're in a good spot. And like I said, this new activity is actually furthermore bringing that balance and harmony, which is neat to see. At the bottom here, we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups has a literal translation of wishes coming true. So if there's something you're hoping for in terms of love, this is a great card for you. This is, again, getting the things that you want. This is also a card of good health. So if you or a loved one has been under the weather too, I do feel like that's going to get better. So nice spread here so far. Let's clarify and see what other messages we've got for you. So first up, we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a card of being very healed, being very nurtured, being very supportive. I'm hearing family time. So this is like coming through as more family time. Again, like I said, this could be like a kid's sport or new project, but it's like quality time together. So I really like that. This could even be like with a niece or nephew or brother or sister or parent or something. But there is a new activity, and it's really coming through as like nurturing quality time together. So I love that. The next card that we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card. I feel like there were things conflicting for time now, but for whatever reason, this is corrected. And like I said, it's interesting because we're like adding one more thing in, but it was like a battle for time, and that battle for time is not there anymore. So, which is nice. I just feel like you were being pulled in all different directions, and now we're adding one more thing to the plate, but for whatever reason, that doesn't seem to be the feeling. So that's good. At the bottom here, we have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of friendship. This is a great time to get out and spend some time with friends. We have a nice circle of support here as well. This could very much so be a celebration card too. So going out to celebrate, maybe like you found out that you're pregnant, so this is like a celebration here, or maybe this is an engagement party. It's like whatever this wish is that's coming true, then it's like we're off celebrating it with friends and family, which is nice to see. Okay, Now, Cancer, let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card, I feel peaceful. What a wrap that is. There's forgiveness, healing, and now there's peace. Interesting how that works. Love the peaceful card, though. Kind of like temperance. There's never enough balance, harmony, peace. So I always get so excited when we see those things. But let's see what we're working with here. We have all of our major throne cards. Kings and queens coming through. But first up, we have our Queen of Swords. Our Queen of Swords is a card of being very honest. I feel like if there's something that can bring you more peace, if there's something that can bring you more happiness, you need to ask for it. So there's some communication that needs to happen here with the Queen of Swords. It's almost like communicate what you need to protect your peace. The next card that we have is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic. Again, it's like communicate what you need to protect this peace. Plan to protect this peace. This is like having a plan, having the next steps, being very intentional. Interestingly enough, like be intentional with peace being top of mind. And at the bottom here, we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is, again, that card of being very healed, being very nurtured, being very supported. I like this. So we're in a peaceful place, and you absolutely have the ability to maintain this peaceful place here for yourself. Let's take a look, though, and see what other messages we have. At first, we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a card of patience, so keep that in mind. I don't know if you're going to be asking for patience or telling somebody to be more patient or saying that you need them to be patient with you. But I do think patience could definitely be part of the communication, or maybe like some delay or waiting. The next card we have is the Tower Moment. The Tower Moment is saying that things may not go as planned, and we have the King of Swords, which is a planning card, but it's like we can plan how we respond. So you might not know all the events that are coming, but you can plan on keeping this peace, keeping this momentum forward through communication, which was the message with the Queen of Swords. At the bottom here, we have the Queen of Wands. You needed just one more throne card in there, of course. But this is about being confident. This is about doing for you. So this is you protecting this peace. Again, you can communicate, ask for what you need, but at the end of the day, you're responsible to maintain this here. But it's like you're very confident in your ability to keep this momentum going, keep these good feelings up, which I love to see, Cancer. Okay, now let's take a look at our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. We're going to use this to answer 3 yes or no questions. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 4 of Diamonds. This is number 27 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the Queen of Diamonds. This is number 14 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the 2 of Diamonds, number 18 card. That's also going to be a yes. So no, yes, yes there for you, Cancer. We're also going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck, or excuse me, Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of June. Your crystal this month is Red Jasper, which is good for courage to act, energy, strength, perseverance. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Cancer, your healing note says, surround yourself with people who make you hungry for life, touch your heart, and nourish your soul. Thank you so much, Cancer, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, if you haven't done so already, again, please do subscribe. I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation as well. But thank you so much, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful June.